We're making a custom card holder today with the letter J. We'll be needing 2 colors of the same kind of round beads. The size don't really matter, it depends on whatever you like. Fishing line, cutter, and a lighter. This guide here, these circles represent beads, so if you follow the video, you should be able to successfully make one for yourself with the letter J. If you want another letter, you can reference the first clip in the video where there's letter A to Z. So you just follow the same thing and make your letter. I like to start the letter first so that it serves as a measurement for the rest of the card holder. As usual, I won't be talking too much. Just follow the prompts, follow the video carefully, pay attention, and you should be able to successfully make a customized card holder with a letter. And if you also want without a letter, from this video you can also learn how to do that. Feel free to drop any questions or any comments in the comment section below. Thank you, and make sure to pay attention. Here I'm just showing you that based on the guide, this is the progress we have made, so keep going. Now we're entering the next phase of the card holder, or the next layer rather, so keep paying close attention. So you see, even with beading, we need mats. I forgot to add the a gold bead at the top because I wasn't paying attention. So that guide is very important, but it still looks like a J, so I still continued anyway. I didn't want to loosen and go back. So that's the thing about calculating well and following the guide to a T. We are now done with the letter. Now what we have to do is continue to just keep doing black. You still don't want to put away your gold beads. We are still going to need them later on in the tutorial, but now we're just going to keep going doing black until we are satisfied with the width of our card holder, and keeping attention to find out how long to make a standard card holder. You can always make yours bigger or smaller depending on what plan you have. Now we are done with this particular length of fishing line. So what I'm doing now is I'm tying up the fishing line. So this part is a bit messy, so you might want to pay even more attention. It doesn't have to be exactly this way. The point is to get the fishing line to meet at a point. Once they meet at a point, you can go ahead and tie it up. I just prefer to take mine a little lower so that it's more secure, and I know that nothing is happening to it. If you like, you can tie at the first, once they meet, the first point of meeting, but I like to take mine like below so that the tying and the burning is hidden. And don't forget to tie and burn at the back of your purse, so the inside part of your purse, not the part that is going to be visible for eyes. You want to do it inside the purse. As you go on, you understand what I mean. Be careful when you burn so you don't melt your beads. And you can see that this is the back of the purse, right? Because this is the right side, so behind this is where we did the tying. Now you just want to add a fishing line like so and continue. Don't forget to not make your fishing line too long or too short, just enough for you to handle, depending on if you're a beginner or you're pretty advanced in the bead making game. So I have reached my goal of 12 beads as the width. So I'm stopping and I am tying like we did in the previous clip. Yes, we have done the first face of our card holder. Your next step is to replicate the exact same thing, 12 by 8. You have to make sure it's exactly the same. If not, you have to start from scratch. So we made the exact same thing in black, like so. So you follow the exact same thing from the beginning, excluding the J. So we're only going to do black beads throughout. And now we go ahead to make the cover of the card holder. We do these parts first because if you join the front and back of the purse, doing these parts may be a bit difficult because you're going to add the magnet to cover and secure the purse. Keep watching in order to fully understand what I'm saying practically. So here we are finding the midpoint of the purse, right? We have 12 beads, so we should be putting our cover on the 6th and 7th bead. So you can start with whichever one, either the 6th or the 7th. So you follow the prompt, put it on the 6th or the 7th bead, and you continue. This should be right in the middle, since it's 12 beads, so it has to be 2 beads in the middle, if that makes sense. Then you can see here we've entered the second bead in the middle because 2 beads will be in the middle since it's 12 rows. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 are the middle beads, then 8 9 10 11 12, so just 2 rows. Now we are just securing that space in by the side of the purse. You don't have to do this, it's just important to me because I like to have it secure and closed. It's a pretty lengthy process, but it is worth it in the end because you're going to have a very strong purse that is not moving around, it's not flimsy. So that's why I'm doing this long process. It's not necessary. If it's too difficult for you, if you're a beginner, you can easily skip this process and just continue upwards. So you can fast forward to just continuing upwards and making the cover or the flap of the card holder. This is just to secure that space between the flip and the flap, and the card holder, so that it is nice and secure. It's not important, but an important step for me, and I feel like I have to give you guys the best, so I am showing this part. Yes, we can see that it is secure now, not like the other side. You see the other side is open, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Yes, now that it is nice and secure, we are taking our fishing line back to the point it was before we started all of this securing thing, so that we can continue upwards and complete the flap or cover of the card holder. Yes, everything is nice and secure. So this is where we started from, right? So we can go ahead and continue. So you can skip all of that part if it is too much for you as a beginner, and just carry on from this part where we started from. Now that we are done with the flip, if your fishing line is too short at this point, you can go ahead and tie. If not, we'll just be following this video. We'll just take the fishing line to the exact point I'm going to get to, so that we can attach our magnet as the security for the purse. I don't know if that makes sense. So we are basically going to be attaching one magnet to this flap of the card holder. So if you keep watching, you'll see that I take it to the point at which I want my magnet to be, and carry on from there. Yes, so this will be the point where my magnet will be. So we'll be putting the flatter side of the magnet, yes, this side, the flatter side or the lighter side of the magnet, on the flap. So go ahead and follow the exact prompts, especially if you're a beginner. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but it will be better for you if you're a beginner to follow it exactly like this. The point is to have the magnet fastened properly, strongly on the flap while keeping it neat. So just make sure to follow that. No matter how you want to attach it, it should just be neat and not be moving. It should not be wobbly. It should be firmly attached to the purse. So keep watching and you see that I do just that. So you can follow exactly what I do, or if you get the concept, do what you know is right to keep the magnet fastened strongly and safely, as well as neatly, onto the purse, so it's not looking like you just did anyhow work. Now that I'm satisfied with the magnet position and it's not wobbly, I'm going ahead to find a point to tie up my fishing line. Yes, if you have been paying attention and following, you already know how to tie up your fishing line. You don't have to follow exactly what I am doing. You know the point. It's just for them to meet at a point and then you go ahead and tie neatly. I like to take my own really low and then at the back, so the parts that people are not going to be seeing is where I'm going to tie it at. Yes, I have found a point, so I'm going to go ahead and tie. Mind you, this is the inside of the purse. You understand what I mean very soon. This is the inside. So you want to be very mindful of where you're tying. Don't just tie it anywhere. If you do, that's okay. Oh, but if you want your purse to look neat, look clean, you know nobody can see where you tied it, then you want to make sure that you're very mindful of the points at which you're tying your fishing line. So now we're going to go ahead and attach the second part of the magnet to the flap where they are going to meet. So I'm just trying to find the right point here. Remember to keep it in the middle at all times. If you follow exactly what I do, go ahead and count the beads, you should be able to achieve the same thing. So the same way I did the first part of the magnet is the exact same way I'm doing the second part of the magnet. In fact, this one is slightly easier because once I have fastened it securely to the purse, which I have done, I didn't show that whole long process because I showed it on the flap one. So just do the exact same thing, and then this one you can easily just tie it behind the magnet. You don't have to go low like I did because this is the inside of the purse, if that makes sense. Now that the magnets have been firmly attached, we are going to go ahead and do the final part of the purse, which is joining them. If we had joined first and started doing all of these magnet things, that have been harder for us. So now we can go ahead and join with the gold beads. Of course, it's your choice. If you want to go ahead with black, go ahead with black, but I feel like using the same color as the J gives it a little bit of more, character and expression. So you just go ahead with what you have been doing on the side. I didn't want to waste your time showing every single thing until the very end, because you're repeating the exact same thing throughout until the very end. So just go on carefully, mindfully, and lock up the card holder. Yes, we are almost at the final step. Yes, we have put in our last beads and now we are going ahead to tie. So of course, I'm not going to tie in front here. I'm going to do it on the inside of the purse. It can be a little tricky, but if you pay attention and carefully go about this, you should be able to tie up the fishing line without a hassle. Yes, this is me passing the fishing line to the inside of the purse so that I tie it inside instead of in front there. So I'm just going to go ahead and tie tightly. If not, you could leave a large width or opening of fishing line thinking that you have done it tightly. So go ahead, don't worry, the purse will not fall apart. Open it up and tie it tightly. Go ahead and do that multiple times, and then you can cut it up and burn the sharp ends. Yes, congratulations, you have made a customized card holder or wallet. Oof, this was a long video, but of course every step was very important to get us to this point. So go ahead and use it for whatever you want, as a card holder, as a gift for a friend, or whatever you would like, really. So you can now make a card holder. This is a simple card holder without a letter. I've been using this one for years.